To give yourself enough time to successfully design, review, print, and present your poster, we suggest that you give yourself a time frame of 4 weeks to prepare in advance of the deadline. Week 1. Plan. Firstly, consult with your supervisor and discuss your research to date. With your supervisor, you will need to agree on your abstract, and you will need to simplify this abstract into a meaningful message. From this message and your research to date, you should have the necessary content for your poster. Next, if any of your research involves any intellectual property concerns, you will need to consult with your supervisor to see what permissions are required to publish certain elements of your work in your presentation. Finally, as you know, the poster presentation is due in 4 weeks' time. You should contact the conference organisers or visit their website in order to see the submission deadlines, presentation guidelines, and most importantly, the layout guidelines and print size dimensions of your poster, as these guidelines can vary. Week 2. Design. Bearing in mind the dimensions and print layout guidelines supplied by the conference organisers, you should begin your design process with a paper prototype or mock-up using pencil and paper. Next, based on the conference print dimension guidelines, develop this sketch by creating a digital version in your chosen software application. This will be your first draft. Before showing it to your colleagues, edit and re-edit your draft by decreasing the volume of text into bite-sized sections of 50 to 75 words. Lastly, increase your poster's visual appeal by adding relevant visual elements such as photographs, charts, tables, and graphs. Week 3. Review. Next, print your poster at full size on several A4 sheets and assemble it on a wall in your research department. This is a cost-effective means of showing your poster to your research colleagues and supervisor for a peer review session. Invite colleagues to critique your work and note all relevant constructive criticisms. Lastly, make the necessary changes to your poster. This now becomes your second draft. Week 4. Print. Now that you've redesigned your poster based on the feedback from your colleagues, it's time to print it once again at full size on several A4 sheets. Assemble the poster and show it to your research colleagues and supervisor for the second and final peer review session. As before, gather all relevant constructive criticisms and make changes accordingly. This now becomes your final poster file. Prepare this file for print based on your professional printing facility's guidelines. So there we have it. These are the steps necessary to plan, design, and print your poster in 4 weeks. For information and tips on designing your poster, click on the design link at the top of this page.